Welcome back to Vegas Talent Live, right here inside of the Wolf Studios, Las Vegas, Nevada. My name is Bruce Riddell, and I just had the pleasure of interviewing Chuck Rounds. And Chuck Rounds alluded to our next guest. Our next guest is a hypnotist and certified clinical hypnotherapist. He produced and started his own show, Hypnotic Cabaret. Well, let's find out if he can share with us a little bit more about this dark and mysterious craft. Please welcome none other than Rob Seven.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, Rob.
How are you,
my friend? Good to see you.
Good to see you. Good to see you.
You're looking sharp. Would you like to take a seat down here on the couch?
Sure.
Well, I mentioned that Chuck Rounds and you have a little bit of a history with each other.
Yeah, I think you said we were related. No, I don't think we're related. I don't know. But no, we
eluded, elated, related. It all kind of blends in.
Related, I guess. But no, we've worked together on a lot of art projects and what have you. We kind of have the same eye for things. So, so we worked on the Feast of the Apocalypse, and now that's hanging in the Erotic Heritage Museum. It's a giant picture in their lobby, which is awesome.
Yeah, exactly. I think we still have a copy of it right here.
Do.
We'll just share that with our audience here tonight once more time. And that is an incredible piece of artwork right now. Now, this is a smaller portion of what you're actually going to see at the Erotic
much bigger.
Heritage Museum. Yeah. Oh, the real thing is always much bigger, right? Yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly. That's why those pictures that people send each other on social media are not always a realistic view of what the real thing is.
No.
But tell me this, because I'm looking at this picture, and our studio maybe, not only our studio audience here, but also our viewership is probably looking at this and thinking, it has kind of a religious theme to it here. Tell me a little bit about your history with religion.
Yeah, well, growing up in the South, and we were, obviously, everybody in the South goes to church 2-3 times a week.
What part of the Bible Belt did you grow up on?
The buckle of the Bible Belt, Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
So, I worked for Oral Roberts for several years, 10 years. So I knew all the televangelists, all the faith healers. Kind of grew up around that and worked for them for 10 years, very closely with them.
So you got here to Vegas 26 years ago, and what was your motivation? How'd you get things rolling for yourself here in Vegas? Did you work in the service industry? Did you just start picking up side jobs?
When I got here, I had absolutely no plan. I had $100 and a gas card, and I figured if I went broke, I could use the gas card to get home and eat at the gas station. So, but I stuck, and I know I came out here with absolutely no plan.
Really?
Just to get the heck out of Tulsa, Oklahoma.
So now, but you've got notoriety, and you've been acclaimed in-demand hypnotist here in Las Vegas. You had your own show, Hypnotic Cabaret. You also were working with Dr. Naughty, and actually was in a show, The Naughty Boys of Hypnotism.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, Dr. Naughty is the person I apprentice under, because stage hypnotism, and they're purported schools of stage hypnotism. They're no real ones that I know of. Mm-hmm. People do a weekend camp or something. You're not going to learn to actually do stage hypnosis at one of those. There's so much to learn. You can only apprentice. Mm-hmm. And I apprenticed under a guy named Dr. Naughty. Before I met him, I'd read every hypnosis book I could possibly get my hands on. But again, even knowing the science of it doesn't mean you can actually do it. You actually have to be trained to do it.
So you were reading these books, and what drew you to those books? What drew you to hypnosis? Was it working for Oral Roberts, being a television evangelist?
Well, it's being around the faith healers and all that. And again, I was on my way to being a televangelist. I was being basically groomed to do that. And again, like I said, I hate to say it this way, but if I had been a dumber person, I would have probably done that and been, rolling in money and driving Mercedes. And
wow.
Speaking about the riches and the prosperity of, but and that's great if you're into that. But for me, I was very intrigued with what it was and how it was working. And I saw one day on television a guy named Marshall Silver doing a hypnosis show. Never seen anything like that before. And I was seeing the very same things I was seeing at the faith healing services. And I quickly put it together that there's something to that. So I did start studying everything on hypnosis I could find, and everything about the mind and about how we perceive reality, and we all basically see our own reality and why that is, and we all have our own model of the world and why that works. And I'm fascinated by that kind of thing. Always have been, and always will be. I was very interested in it, and just by happenstance, I was hosting a show called the Las Vegas Strip Show And somebody asked me to go to a naughty hypnosis show. I'm like, a naughty hypnosis show? You gotta be kidding me. That sounds amazing. The guy's name is Dr. Naughty. I'm like, of course I'm going. So I went to his show. It was a very small show at the beach at the time. And I was blown away. And even everything I'd read, never had seen anybody take it to that level. So I interviewed him for my show, and then I just never left. I just started apprenticing, and then I did that apprentice for about 5 years, and started doing my own shows and my own things. So, you know, it's the kind of thing that, and again, I've read every book, and you can read every book and still not really know how to do it.
Right.
And it's not something you go to college and just say, you know, I want to be a hypnotist, and they just give you a degree for it. So, yeah, it was a unique opportunity, and I took it, and I'm glad I did. I really love it. I love it. It's fascinating.
Now, I know Arian Black was on earlier with us. She was our first guest, and she said that when she first started off magic, she thought the only magic you could do was something that you could buy and was basically straight out of the book. But she had to take that and realize you can do a lot of things other than what's in the book and put your own twist on it and model it after what you want to do. And that sounds like what you did. You took that, everything you read, then you apprenticed under Dr. Naughty, then you came up with your own style to be able to put your show together.
Sure.
And you've been around town. You were at one time one of the most in-demand hypnotists in Las Vegas. You've been at Cosmopolitan, you've been at Caesars, you've been at the Riviera, which we've talked to our other guests about their experience and their history with the Riviera, but also at the Clarion. You had your own show, Hypnotic Cabaret, going on over there also.
We did. Yeah, and it was very much like a Dr. Naughty style show. And again, with the naughty angle, you know, and it's a fun kind of show to do, and certainly people are intrigued by it.
Certainly, whenever you put the word naughty or cabaret in front of something here in Vegas, people want to come out. That's
True.
Talk to me a little bit about this title you have as a certified clinical hypnotherapist. That is a big value seeked out by a lot of people that want to quit smoking or quit gambling. And have you been approached to help them in those particular
I get approached
vices?
for everything on that. And again, you know, like I was saying to you earlier, I did not become a certified clinical hypnotherapist to do it as a living. I did it because, you know, I went through hypnotherapy myself. And stage hypnotism and hypnotherapy are utterly, completely different animals. The techniques are different. Everything's different. But as a stage hypnotist, you know, I wasn't trained in hypnotherapy, although I could do little things for you here and there. But it was, you know, it was showbiz. It was you know, for show. It wasn't really to necessarily cause permanent change. Although we did a lot of people get permanent help, even through the show. But you know, when I went through my own issues, you know, I went to somebody that did hypnotherapy, and even being a hypnotist, I didn't think in the state I was in that I could be brought out of it. I didn't see any way. And in 4 hours, I was completely a different person. I mean, I was me, but I was completely had the same problems, but I saw them differently.
Oh, good.
And I said to myself, well, this is a miracle. I would have been in psychotherapy for 10 years, and in 4 hours, boom, I'm the happiest guy in the world. And I said, you know, this is like a miracle. So I had to learn it. So I learned it, and I did learn so much more than I didn't even know I didn't know. About a whole new range of things about the human mind and hypnosis and what have you. You'd be an amazing game show host, and I can see you doing that one day. So
Thank you.
You know, maybe we'll just start our own game show.
That would be wonderful.
With the wait for these people.
Yeah, exactly.
Start
I would
our own
love
game
to
show.
MC a game show. You know,
You would do fantastic.
just a
Amazing.
quick improv and turn on the dime. And
Exactly.
I always wanted to do Family Feud, but take it back to the Richard Dawson days to where you could actually still kiss the girls, for goodness sakes. Nowadays, they just...
We could take it even farther than that. But we could go a lot farther than that.
Exactly. I always looked at the announcers with those really long microphones as like
Remember
that was
those? Wasn't it
was
bizarre?
like that was an extension of their manhood. You know, Bob Barker. You know, you never knew exactly what he was doing behind the scenes.
Weird, right?
Yeah.
Well, we know now what he was doing.
Yeah,
behind the
exactly.
scenes.
There's some lawsuits
lot of
still
lawsuits.
pending right now.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you so much for stopping by here. I sit on the couch, relax. Vegas Talent Live. We got a great thing going on right here in Wolf Studios. Rob, it's a
Good to see
pleasure,
you,
my
man.
friend. Thank you
Thank
always
you.
for the compliments you've given me. And if I could have you on a game show, I would love it right there.
All right, let's do
Rob
it.
7, as part of Vegas Talent Live. Thank you very much for tuning in to the second episode of Vegas Talent Live right here, Las Vegas, Nevada, Wolf Studios. I'm Bruce Riddell, and we'll look forward to another episode in the near future soon. Thank you.